2024 Copyright. AP Biology Simplified. All rights reserved. Welcome to AP Biology Unit 4, Cell Communication and Cell Cycle. We will be covering 7 topics in this unit. 1. Cell communication. 2. Intro to signal transduction. 3. Signal transduction. 4. Changes in signal transduction pathways. 5. Feedback. 6. Cell cycle. 7. Regulation of cell cycle. These are the 7 topics, as delineated by College Board, for Unit 4 of the AP Biology exam. Let's get started. Welcome to Topic 4.1, Cell Communication. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand the various ways in which cells communicate with each other. We will cover this topic in 5 parts, and then finish with common misconceptions and mistakes on this topic. Cells are the basic building blocks of life, and they need to communicate with each other to coordinate various functions in multicellular organisms. Cell communication is essential for processes such as growth, development, immune response, and maintaining homeostasis. In this lesson, we will explore the different methods cells use to communicate. First, direct cell-to-cell communication. There are 2 forms we will discuss: gap junctions and cell adhesion molecules. Gap junctions. Gap junctions are specialized protein channels that form tunnels between adjacent cells. These channels allow direct communication and the exchange of ions, small molecules, and electrical signals. Gap junctions are crucial in tissues where rapid and coordinated responses are necessary, such as in cardiac muscle cells. They enable the cells to work together in synchrony, ensuring the heart beats effectively. Cell adhesion molecules. Cell adhesion molecules are proteins found on the cell surface that help cells stick to each other. They are involved in processes like embryogenesis, immune response, and wound healing. Cell adhesion molecules facilitate not only physical adhesion but also communication between cells. By binding to each other, cells can send and receive signals, regulating their activities based on the information received. Second, local communication. There are 2 forms we will discuss: paracrine and autocrine signaling. Paracrine signaling. In paracrine signaling, cells release signaling molecules, such as growth factors, neurotransmitters, or cytokines, into the extracellular fluid. These molecules diffuse locally and affect nearby target cells. When the signaling molecules bind to specific receptors on the surface of the target cells, they initiate a response. Paracrine signaling is vital in processes like tissue repair, where cells near a wound need to coordinate their activities to heal the damaged tissue. Autocrine signaling. This occurs when cells secrete signaling molecules that bind to receptors on their own surface. This type of signaling allows cells to regulate their own activities. For example, in the immune system, autocrine signaling helps immune cells activate themselves, ensuring a rapid and efficient response to pathogens. Third, long-distance communication. We will mainly discuss one form of long-distance signaling: hormonal signaling. Hormonal signaling involves the release of chemical messengers called hormones by endocrine glands. These hormones travel through the bloodstream to reach target cells in distant parts of the body. Each hormone molecule binds to specific receptors on the surface of target cells, initiating a series of events inside the cell. For instance, insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas, helps regulate blood sugar levels by signaling cells to take up glucose. Fourth, signaling pathways. Inside the cell, signals are often transmitted through complex pathways involving proteins, enzymes, and second messengers. These pathways amplify and modulate the signals received, allowing for diverse cellular responses. For example, a growth factor binding to its receptor can activate a series of proteins, leading to cell growth and division. Fifth, importance of cell communication. Cell communication is fundamental for multicellular organisms. It ensures proper coordination between cells, allowing them to respond to environmental cues, maintain tissue homeostasis, and carry out specialized functions. Dysregulation of cell communication can lead to diseases like cancer, where cells no longer respond to signals that control their growth and division. In summary, cells use a variety of mechanisms to communicate, ranging from direct physical connections to chemical signaling. These communication methods are finely tuned and regulated, ensuring the proper functioning of multicellular organisms. Understanding these processes is essential not only in biology, but also the development of therapies for various diseases. Common misconceptions about cell communication. Misconception number 1. Cell communication only occurs in multicellular organisms. Correction. Cell communication is vital not only in multicellular organisms but also in single-celled organisms. Even bacteria communicate through chemical signaling to coordinate activities and respond to environmental changes. Misconception number 2. All cells respond the same way to a specific signaling molecule. Correction. The response of cells to a signaling molecule can vary based on the type of receptor present on the cell membrane, the downstream signaling pathways, and the cellular context. One signaling molecule can have different effects on different cell types. Misconception number 3. Cells only communicate through chemical signals. Correction. While chemical signals, such as hormones and neurotransmitters, are common in cell communication, cells can also communicate through physical interactions, electrical signals, as in nerve cells, and even mechanical signals, like in the case of cells in tissues responding to physical forces. This concludes Topic 4.1, Cell Communication of the AP Biology exam. Next is Topic 4.2, An Introduction to Signal Transduction. Welcome to Topic 4.2, Introduction to Signal Transduction. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify and explain the components of a signal transduction pathway, understanding how cells receive and respond to external signals. Signal transduction pathways are complex processes that allow cells to receive and respond to signals from their environment. These pathways are crucial for various cellular activities, including growth, development, immune response, and cell survival. In this lesson, we will explore the key components of a signal transduction pathway and how they function together. The 6 components of a signal transduction pathway. 1. Receptor molecules. Receptor molecules are proteins located on the cell surface or inside the cell. They have specific binding sites where signaling molecules or ligands attach. Receptors are like locks, and ligands are the keys. When a ligand binds to its corresponding receptor, the receptor undergoes a conformational change. 2. Ligands. Ligands are signaling molecules that can be hormones, neurotransmitters, growth factors, or other molecules. These molecules carry information and bind specifically to their corresponding receptors. Ligands can be hydrophobic, lipid-soluble, able to pass through the cell membrane, or hydrophilic, water-soluble, unable to pass through the cell membrane. 3. Transmembrane proteins. Many receptors are transmembrane proteins, meaning they span the cell membrane. When a ligand binds to the extracellular part of the receptor, it causes a change in the receptor's shape, transmitting the signal across the membrane to the intracellular part of the receptor. 4. Intracellular signaling proteins. Inside the cell, intracellular signaling proteins relay the signal from the activated receptor. These proteins form a signaling cascade, where each protein activates the next in the pathway. Common types of intracellular signaling proteins include kinases and phosphatases. Kinases add phosphate groups to proteins, phosphorylation, while phosphatases remove phosphate groups, activating or deactivating proteins, respectively. 5. Second messengers. In some pathways, the receptor activation leads to the production or release of second messengers. Second messengers are small molecules that diffuse rapidly throughout the cell. Examples include cyclic AMP, calcium ions, and inositol trisphosphate. Second messengers amplify the signal, as one ligand-receptor binding event can lead to the production of many second messenger molecules, propagating the signal inside the cell. 6. Effector proteins are the ultimate targets of the signaling pathway. They carry out the cellular response to the signal. For example, some effector proteins are enzymes that catalyze specific reactions in the cell, leading to changes in cell metabolism. Others may be transcription factors, proteins that regulate the expression of specific genes, influencing the cell's behavior and function. We'll stop here for Topic 4.2, An Introduction to Signal Transduction, for now. In the rest of this topic we cover the function of signal transduction pathways, signal amplification, integration of signals, and common misconceptions about this topic in AP Biology. If you found that helpful and want to listen to the rest of Unit 4, you can get the audiobook or ebook down below. Good luck on your exams. I look forward to helping you learn more about biology, human health, and the nature of life on Earth, and helping you succeed in your AP Biology course. Thanks for listening.